Hey guys, I'm back with a Dark Irregular deck profile for Premium. Someone had asked to see the list I was running, so figured we'd put it up. This list is slightly different than what I was running in some of the past videos, but I'll kind of point out some of the differences. So this is one of my more favorite decks, so constantly tweaking, trying to figure out how I can make it better, make it smoother. So yeah, we'll get into it. Starters, Assassin. We need it in Soul. We can't risk losing it, so unfortunately we do have to start with it. Helps facilitate a lot of our big plays. For Heal Guardian, the Heal Guardian is good, and we need all the protection we can. We take time to set up, so sometimes we'll stall at 2, so just being able to survive is very important. One over trigger, because at this point you have to run it. For Stride crit, we soul charge cards, soul charge grade 3s, so more ways to stride if it comes down to that. I am currently running 2 of the Sentinel crits, just for more early game crit pressure and 1 card guard through different phases of the game. 2 of the draw PG for the rest of the Sentinels, and then 3 old Hysteric Shirley. Just having that little bit extra draw power, dig through the deck, see the combo pieces we need, and she also is a +2 to Soul if worst case comes down to it. I'm not running Monochrome Cat currently. I took it out. I just don't stride nearly enough to turn on that GB1, and I go for a quicker kill, so there are a lot of times where it's just a dead card in hand, and so I just figured just add in a few more draws that I can use in the early game. For grade 1s, for Deep Reaper, best grade 1 DI, helps build Soul, and I do run Emblem Master, so it's just a really good card. Not much else to say on that. I'm playing 4 of V Yellow Bolt. I like it. It's a 13k attacker when you would normally attack with it when your opponent's at grade 2 or greater. Or I guess when it attacks at grade 2 or greater. Soul charge get 5k, which is very nice. And it's the number 1 ride target. Builds you Soul early game, and a lot of times I'm actually hoping to hit a trigger just so I get the plus off of it. And then the last grade 1 is 4 Succubus Pure Love. Play a lot of grade 3s. Some are 1-ofs, or there's a 1-of and a 2-of, so we just want to see the pieces that we need to get them into our hand, and just obviously to get to the No Life King, because that's the most important piece of this deck. I'm not currently running Killer Tail. The countercharge very rarely comes up for me. I understand the 6k body to be able to swing under, but I'm not too worried about that at this point. For grade 2s, 4 Emblem Master. Once again, stable card, 10k shield, 14k attacker, deck thin, and the fact that he can pull from drop zone 2 is really, really key. Probably my favorite grade 2 is Demented Executioner, Soul Charge 3, Soul Charge a trigger draw, just mass soul charging as much as I can. Then I'm playing 2 Rhodia. Some people forget she's a 10k shield. Obviously if you ride her, sometimes you can wall up depending on how your early game soul charging has been. Otherwise you can swing under if that situation does arise. But also in the late game she comes out and she's just a really, really big beater if you get full combo off of a Barrow Magnus. And the last grade 2 is 1 Hard Leg. I'm only playing one hard leg because if you do see him in the soul, you can toolbox him out with Barrow Magnus. So, like, well, the whole turn won't be under a hard leg. The last 3 attacks will be, and as you see in the grade 3 lineup, I also run a 1 of tech of another finisher that if you see either one of them, you can, proc them for really good kill turns. So that's why, I don't like seeing too many of him and him being dead. So he's just a 1 of, if he goes off, he goes off. And then for the grade 3s, for No Life King Death Anchor, probably the best boss that DI still has. He gets big, you re-rise, gets you more protects. Not much else to say, it all runs through him. If you don't see him, you're kind of in a sad spot just because of the way the deck is constructed. But you don't immediately get blown out, thankfully. And then we run 3 Barrow Magnus as the other ride target. Once again, just drawing, power crits, basically just standard DI stuff. And the board wipe is very nice. Being able to call out 2 more attacks is really good. Him with No Life King is just something I never thought would ever be a thing, but it is. Then I run 2 Number of Tear, potential guard 10k guard if you need it. Otherwise, he's just there to build soul and draw. You can do some really crazy things with him and Assassin on a full combo turn. And then lastly, the 1 of is Hope on Damp. This is the other finisher. If you see him in hand and Hard Leg and Soul, you're probably golden. And vice versa, if you draw Hard Leg and you Soul Charge this, call this out on Barrow Magnus attack. You have 3 attacks where they have to guard in increments of 20 every time. It's really annoying, really good finisher. So that's the main deck. And G-Zone. G-Zone is kind of open. This deck isn't necessarily built to focus on striding, but just to have options. 3 Balam, just a lot of soul charging, drive checks, and GB3 for guard restrict can come up. 2 Blader Mouse, restander, and fill your deck of triggers. And this is the way that you can put your over trigger back if you soul charge it. I've never really encountered that, but obviously it's a good option. 2 Garvans, just another option for wonky guard restrict and a lot of soul charging. I still play 1 free height, just being able to once again put back some stuff, and he's free, no counterblast. 1 GB8. Why I like him. Never comes up, but I have the room. Same with why I run the 1 Progenitor and the 1 Dust, just to have the options. The Progenitor is fun. I wish he was more usable in this deck, but sadly, you get punished if you were just to go into this and you can't survive. So, G guards, 2 Aggro Bat Malat, Soul Charge 2, just get more Soul Charge. 1 Vincent, Unflip, get big, and Soul Charge 1. 1 Nasu, she's just a 25k G guard. That's a continuous. There are some cards that shut down autos as continuous, so you actually do have a decent sized guard under some of those scenarios. And I do play 1 Sobnot. Just being able to give your Vanguard 5k for the turn sometimes is just enough. It does hurt to burn the counterblast, but if you can kind of plan around that, it has its uses. So yeah, so that's my current Dark Irregulars deck list. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.